Alright, so it's a few days later, and I have searched high and low and everywhere to find a glow plug for this diesel heater. Nowhere but China has got them, although I can get kits out of China that have the slotted removal socket so that the wires can hang out the side, and all of that, but it's just going to take way too long to get here. So I talked to my buddy, who's one town over, and he sells diesel heaters. What he had laying around was a vehicle installation kit with the big tank and a few other bits, and a whole new diesel heater unit. This is a 12 volt one. Here we go. Solves that problem. Looks alright. I think it's similar capacity. So yeah, easy way to fix the problem. We'll probably refurb the other one at a later date, but this was easy enough. And we've got another accessory kit with it. Here we go. Accessory kit. This one might actually be slightly better quality molding too, because these look, the hole looks a bit more concentric than the other one. The other one I had with the molding was a little bit offset on both these, and it made it hard to find the different diameters of these two. Another controller and another remote, all the hose clamps, fuel line, another muffler, gasket, this section of exhaust, inlet filter. Oh, I've got a couple of these. I've got a T-piece and a couple of these bits as well, and the proper little vents. That's kind of nice. It's more than I had in the other one. I've got an extended fuel feed line. This is all the sort of stuff that I need to really set it up properly. And another wiring harness kit. What's this bit? And a proper hole saw and everything. There you go. I'm not sure what size hole saw that's for, but and fuel pump. So it's the whole kit. So I've got spare parts now, I guess. But anyway, let's go and reassemble all of this. Here is the frame from the old one. This is the old unit, which we're going to borrow the gasket from, so I don't have to use the new one. Now, gasket. There we go. These are a keyed plug. I don't think I can get these the wrong way around. I guess that way. Cool. There's our fuse. I think that's the glow plug and everything all on that one unit. Alright, well that's easy. And that one's to our tank, I believe. And if we tip over, we have our diesel line there. Okay, and we have 4 screws here to do back up. This is my fiberglass insulated exhaust to stop it burning things. It's probably going to stink because it's covered in junk from sitting outside for so long. Now, push that diesel line all the way on, and see if we can get that little spring clip all the way on. There we go. Is that on? If previous trolling comments are anything to go by, the diameter makes a difference. But I'm going to have to go back to my old video and have a look. Now, one of the things that it was a complaint in one of the past videos is that with the exhaust I got confused as to which way it goes in. Now that I'm looking at it with a clear head, these little slots are a bit of a good indicator because they're designed to go out that way. This would be the inlet. But the pipe diameter, some people argued that it was really hard to put it on the wrong one. No, it's not. They're so close, it's very easy to get it wrong. So, that is our exhaust. Having had a look inside them these days, now I know that. At the time, I didn't. Still complete with diesel. Alright, now, which way around did this intake line come in? I don't think it went that way. Diesel is greasy, by the way. It's actually by design. Well, I think the hole on the back of that indicates which way the tank's meant to go. Okay. That should go on. There are locating pins up here, I believe. There we go. This will definitely need a clean up. It's been sitting in the junk pile for the best part of 12 months. So we will clean it up later. Now I have a whole new kit somewhere that I bought, but I also have the other new kit that came with this one. So I'm just going to use the intake filter for this one. Where is the intake filter hose? Alright, I'm going to forego the hose clamp on the intake filter for now. That can do that. That should stop junk getting into it. That's basically the main reason. The other one ran quite fine for 12 months without an intake filter, and that wasn't what killed it, it was the glow plug. So, oh, there's a fuel filter in this one even. That would be nice. This is my big hefty 60 amp power cable with an Anderson plug, and it should do the job. Now we have these nice fancy little vents and stuff. We've got some of this stuff which I think can stretch out to much longer lengths. I think that's how we can do it. Okay, in amongst all the junk here that needs to get cleaned up, there is a window. We're going to cover that up with a piece of wood. We're going to cut an 80mm hole to fit the pipe. I'm going to draw an 80mm hole on this. We're going to go over to the laser cutter. We're going to cut ourselves an 80mm hole in this piece of timber, which I just trimmed to the width of the door. Right, just confirming, a 40mm radius hole is an 80mm diameter, which according to this thing, it takes centimeters here. It is 80 mils across, or 8 centimeters or 80 millimeters. I call them mils. That confuses some Americans. Anyway, let's get going. Alright, first thing we need to do is autofocus it so it brings it up to the focal point of the laser collimator. It should hit this little pin down here. There we go. Now, because it's hanging out the door here, we've got a couple of magnets on the magnet sensors. I'm going to close the door and make sure the door light is off. So it comes on and off when you lift that. We're going to go back. We need to turn some air on. A little bit of air on here. Probably a little bit more. That'll do. There we go, start. I should start cutting a nice 80mm hole right there. So it's definitely noisy with the compressor running in here, but I got it pretty well bang on the same spot. This should pop through now. There we go. Alright, next job is going to be cleaning up all the junk around here. There is so much of it, but for a test run this should work. Our hole is done, our blanking plate is in, bit of tape just for double sure, extended pipe, and I'm sorry buddy, I'm going to smoke you out in a minute. I hope you've had your feed. Maybe I'll put your food further back. Alright, we're going to see if this works. Power. And then we go on like that perhaps. Can't remember how to use this one. Was it on for that one? I can't remember. I have to remember how to make this work. Alright, there were some slight differences in the controller. So I plugged up the other controller as a temporary arrangement, and it's now trying to fire up. So I might leave it with this arrangement for the time being and put the controller inside, and that might be more convenient, but we'll see if it works. Alright, glow plug's warmed up. Battery volts are dropping a little bit, but it's on charge. I plugged it in with an extension lead. It should be smoking fairly soon. This is a really embarrassing part of the house. We should see some smoke. Should be trying to pump diesel in. should start producing heat soon. I can smell a bit of what smells like hot diesel. See how we go. Alright, we have some exhaust. We'll probably have some spiders coming out in a minute too. Sounds like it's lit up. We should have heat soon. Oh, my friendly magpie lark has come to have a look at the progress as well. Probably grab a bite to eat soon. I'll have to feed him. He's been pretty hungry. Now, lesson learnt from last time. Piece of ceramic tile under the exhaust. Alright, and here we are inside. With nice warm air and a controller in here. I think the voltage drop is a little low at this point. But we'll figure that out later. I'll wire it up differently. It's going to run like this for the next probably 8 or 9 hours until that diesel gets low. I'll top it up with some fresh stuff and we'll clean up out there and try and make things look a little bit better. And my magpie lark finally got a meal, and so did the baby magpie. Pretty good. Alright, it's about a week later and this area is still as messy as it ever was, but I got everything transferred over into this. I had a few troubles. I had to shorten some cables. I took a huge amount of this bloody copper off because there was a massive amount of voltage drop. The cables were so long. I've zip tied everything up and kept it up out of the way of the hot stuff. Done a bit of a neatening job, re-tightened all these terminals. The battery terminals had some problems as well, which caused me some frustration. But we can see it's running here and it's just firing up nicely. So yeah, still haven't got around to cleaning up in here. Every time the wind changes, it blows everything up the driveway. So we end up with a lot of junk out here. And with so many Land Rovers and stuff, we have grease rags everywhere. This is the old controller that was not compatible, even though the connector was the same. Something was wired different. So I've replaced that. Also found out that the controller doesn't have a battery in it, but we'll figure that out. For now, we've got some heat and it's about 2 degrees out here at the moment, so we do need it. Anyway, I'm going to call this quits. This is yet another haphazard diesel heater video. By no means take me as an expert, because I am not, and that's why I disabled comments in the other video. People continually reminded me of that fact when this channel isn't the diesel heater repair guy. This is just the Aussie repair guy trying to survive and keep ahead of all the things that break. So anyway, see you in the next one.